Good recording. Timestamp, I got it. You're good.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day. Carlos, how are you?
I'm well. I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm trying to man the cameras and cook at the same time and man the garden, so I'm a little busy right now.
I appreciate you having me here so we can riff on the camera and talk about what the heck is going on. And we're here in your beautiful garden to do it today.
I'm just a messenger. I'm happy that you're here with us because I learned a lot of things in this mass of craziness. So what we can possibly do is take a different stance and approach to something. It's an age-old problem, but the wisdom is just as old as the problem. So today we're going to think outside the box. And guys, this is astrology and astronomy at its finest, 101. We're going to turn it over to this young man right here, and we're just going to let him go. He's going to start talking. He's going to probably pick up and run through the year. The year will be 2020. He may start from the beginning, he may start from the end, but he's going to call the month, let you know where we came from, where we are at, and where we are headed to. Because there's a thing called 2021. So guys, buckle in, have fun, turn you over to that guy right there.
Hey, my name's Mike Wright, and my YouTube channel is called the Astro Sherpa, and I met Carlos on the film set of The Walking Dead World Beyond last year, and strangely enough we were filming a scene at a farm, and I was placed beside Carlos, and pretty tense time out in the world where everybody was struggling, and we're all connecting on this wonderful opportunity that came to Virginia. There was actually 2 major films being done in Virginia in 2019, The Walking Dead World Beyond, and also The Good Lord Bird. So it was a great chance for those in Virginia interested in getting in the movie business and exploring their artistic creative ability and sharing with others who have that same enthusiasm. And fortunately, I got to meet Carlos on one of the shoots, and Carlos was wondering, who the heck is this crazy white guy standing beside him? And then we started talking about some of the crops that were planted at the farm, and he expressed one of his great joys he has, and that's gardening. And we're sitting in this amazing place that he has created out of nothing. And I got a chance to come by and visit him through a wonderful invitation. And during the last time, we started talking about what's going on out there in the world and how it connects to us personally, how it connects to our evolution, and why we're here. The old way of doing things is literally crumbling. All of our old structures, the hierarchies, the patriarchy, paternalism, all these things are literally being rewritten, changed. We are all getting exposed to a rewrite of our physical self, our emotional self, and our mental self. And my interest was in the stars. All the way from the beginning as a 12-year-old, I connected very intimately with the moon. And I knew when the moon was in certain parts of the sky and in degrees of fullness that it did affect us. It affected how we felt. You know, was there harmony in our lives? Was there trouble? Can we express ourselves? Can we plant new seeds? These were all themes that somehow, even as a 12-year-old, I could see or feel and had an emotional connection to the moon. And in astrology, I have moon in Taurus, so that's an exalted position for the moon, and that's connected to the earthly fixed energy of the sign of Taurus, which is associated with the springtime. So the moon represents our inner emotions, and this changes every 2.5 days based upon where the moon cycles in the sky and which part of the phase the moon is actually in, which can be a new moon, a waxing moon, and then a full moon, a waning moon, and then all the way down to the balsamic dark moon, which will turn into the next phase. So as a child, my first intuition was these cycles affected us, and you could see cycles and patterns throughout our lives, and these were connected to the sun and where the sun is as well. We're all given a birthday, and during that birthday the sun is in a specific sign, and most of us have read that in the newspaper, and that's the sign where we receive our vitality, who we are energetically, our personality, our ego. This is represented by the sun and what sign it's in. So for me personally, I'm a Pisces sun, and with the Pisces sun, that makes somebody that's it's a water sign, meaning it's connected with emotions, intuitiveness, feeling nature, the feminine, receptive, caring, nurturing. These are all divine qualities of our feminine nature. So feminine nature being Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and so it represents also connection to spirituality, and it has two ruling planets in astrology, which is Jupiter was its original, and then upon the discovery of Neptune became the ruling planet of Pisces, and Neptune represented the higher octave of Venus, meaning forms of love we have yet to comprehend and understand, or the depths of our emotional, physical, and mental love. So it comes in many, 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 many forms, and most of them are hidden to us or beneath the oceans of our emotions. So the ancients saw each of these planets starting with the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. These were all planets that were visible to us and to the ancients before the invention of the telescope. So these planets were used as an archetype of our psyche. So Mars represented our masculine desires, will, drive, determination, anger, our ability to protect, our fight. So Venus represented how we acquire easy energy, love, how we like beauty, what do we value, sensuality, very nurturing nature, creative energy. It's through Venus and Mars that the masculine and feminine come together and do the ultimate creative energy, which is bring in another being into the world. So Mercury represented our mind, Venus represented our feminine nature and how we love and want to be loved. Mars is our drive and determination to go out and seek these things. Jupiter was looked at as the great benefic. Benefic meaning lending us great energy to achieve abundance. Abundance in many things. We can attract abundance of bad. We can attract abundance of weight, abundance of knowledge. We can be abundance of many things. It's how you control it and balance it out. Jupiter will expand anything in the particular area of your life that's being affected upon its placement. Now, the ancients knew these planets, as they aligned in the sky, they knew somehow energetically we were being affected here through forces that they didn't know. We're coming to the conclusion it's probably some type of electromagnetic energy or light forms that we have yet to understand. Ultra high light, ultra frequencies, these are all connected. So all this stuff was viewed upon by the ancients as something that they could see cyclical occurrences, and they used this to predict what could possibly happen. Now, since time is literally an extending spiral, it extends forever outward in a spiral motion, time can go upon itself. We can see similar events happening in time, and these are literally a chance for us to grow and evolve upon our previous existence, how we lived and behaved in those time frames. And these are all in the memory of our cells that were passed down through our DNA structure. Now, all of this is being changed right now as we speak. And that's why this video is, those curious in astrology, you can find many, many, many resources to learn your own personal chart, and I can certainly help you with that as well. It's this, when we were born, there's a map we are given, and this is a treasure map. It literally shows us, literally and figuratively shows us our path through life, our purpose, how we love, how we communicate, how we live, where our roots are, where we're going, our purpose in life. And when we are on our purpose, we get divine blessings. When we are off our purpose, Saturn, the great malefic, will teach us many, many hard lessons. So, where we are right now is literally we have come through a massive transformative period, which the Mayans predicted in their calendar back on December 21st, 2012. They saw a 26,000 year cycle end, and that shows us literally coming up from the underworld in the galactic plane. Our galaxy is literally coming into a new area of the universe that we've never been exposed to before. So all of us are getting electromagnetic energy from space that our physical structures have never experienced. So we are all going through an immense transformation. Now, there's people who are holding on to their old fears and insecurities, their doubts, the way they were brought up, their prejudice, their ego-based illusions. These are all being triggered right as we speak. Everything that's happening right now is to transform us into the age of Aquarius. That is when Jupiter and Saturn conjunct on the winter solstice at 0 degrees Aquarius. This is divine timing. This is probably what some could say the reoccurrence of the Star of Bethlehem, a light that will literally open our Christ consciousness, which is our heart energy center, some call it a chakra. This area of our body will be energetically opened up so we can understand a new dimension of reality, and that is time, space. These things will start to break down where we will realize that the structure of time that man created isn't really real. It's just a heavy description of this 3D dimension we're in right now. And this opportunity we are getting to go into this new age of Aquarius is humanity's biggest opportunity. And it's the entire universe is sitting there watching this transformation take place to see if we can transform from thousands and thousands of years of evolution into our higher mind consciousness. And that is, we can recognize that we are all connected through space and time, and that we can literally, physically, mentally, and emotionally go to any of those places we want. And what does that mean? That means we can slow time down, we can speed time up, we can relive time, we don't want to fight old battles. That's what this transformation is, for us to leave. And we're in Scorpio season right now. The sun is in Scorpio, so it's literally about transformations, intimacy, trust issues, how we restrict ourselves. These are all things that we have to transform and let go of the conditioning that society has done to each and every one of us, which has held our power back from us. So this gives us a moment to reflect, like, wow, holy, what in the world is this guy talking about? Well, if you look around our 3D reality right now, we are literally being fed lies after lies after lies, illusions, falsehoods, half-truths. This is the Neptunian archetype. Neptune is 12th house, institutions. All this will be exposed for the corruptions, the change that has to take place for us to come together as a collective society, not under a collective slavery agreement, but giving each and every one of us the ability to recognize the power that we have. And that is simply, we can create whatever reality we want in our own lives and add to the external world. And that's simply by creation through love and compassion. So astrology is the tool for figuring out the challenges, the benefic energy we possess, how we can grow and be the best person and be consciously aware of who we are and why we're here. And that is literally, I keep saying literally, forgive that, that is experiencing joy through creation, experiencing beautiful things in nature. The red is super red. This is a great color showing us our root chakra, how we are connected to the Earth's energetic field. All of these plants, the leaves grow in pairs, which shows us we have to have a masculine and feminine for the energy to flow. And that also lends itself to this 3D reality. What is it? It's a reality of duality. Masculine, feminine, dark, light, animal, God. And this is represented in our body through the cross. We have our roots to our spirituality. We have our self to our relationships. And this creates the cross of matter. Every single person has 12 psychological areas of their life that is influenced by their psyche and their physical structure, and this allows us to grow beyond what our physical and mental capacity was taught to us. That conditioning is over. We are going into this new age where knowledge will be the power of the future. Those without knowledge will be held down, enslaved into a very, very tough 3D reality where They will be locked into living in servitude to consumerism, to being told how to live. Freedom will no longer exist in the manner that you can create your dreams. But we can escape that reality if we all lend our collective consciousness to a higher realm of thinking, which is, it's not about our ego desires anymore. That age has passed, and we are going into a divine feminine age where we can all create. We can be receptive. We can nurture each other. We can use less resources. We can live our best lives without being sucked into the television, the camera, the computer. All these things are what tie our energy and steals our energy from creating what we are supposed to be creating, which is the Garden of Eden, where we can love each other, we can physically love each other, we can emotionally love each other, we can mentally love each other, where we are not stealing power from one another, we are creating power together. So, I use astrology as a tool for awareness, awakening purposes. Why do these things happen to us? Why was I blocked? Why couldn't I go anywhere? Why do I feel like massive depression, massive anxiety, massive pain? My particular journey was started from pain. I was storing all of my frustration and pain in my physical body, and I thought I was strong enough to carry that. Well, over time, any burden, if you hold it out long enough, will crush the strongest person. So that pain was what set me off on the journey of learning and understanding, and that learning and understanding has given me the ability to heal others through an energetic presence of knowledge and wisdom, and just simply relishing creative expression together. And that's why we're here today. You know, the planets right now, we have, if you look in the southern sky at nighttime, you can see Jupiter and Saturn. Those two will come together, and you will see this. It'll bring a bright light into our life again. And until that time, we are in the most transformative upheaval going on. We have Mars has been in retrograde motion in its home sign of Aries, which is all of us, our will and our determination. Where are we going? What do we want to do? We're all being triggered into a flight or fight or freeze response right as we speak. And that's so we can release that fear, knowing that something has created all of this, and it's transforming all of us into this new age. A new age where we control ourselves and our creation. We are not being told what we can create and what we cannot create. So this will empower each individual to find their own joy and happiness. And using nature as our guide, it shows us each season in life. The moon starts out as a new moon. This is where we plant seeds. Once these seeds are planted, then it takes a while for them to grow and sprout. And it's when the full moon shows us, shines its light, this will show us the seed we planted, did it grow or not? It's a pass-fail. And each full moon starts at a new moon in one sign, and it finishes full moon in another sign in astrology. And that shows us the area and the type of experience we can expect to have through our psychological awareness. So for instance, the last full moon was in Taurus, so this was shining a light on our earthly desires and the self-worth of each one of us. What do we value? Do we value safety over freedom? Do we value freedom over safety? You know, what is going to carry each one of us into the future where we feel secure and we can be happy and grow together again without being divided into tribes, into races, into, you know, nations. We are not going to dissolve identities because we're all individuals. We're all meant to be individuals. And this is why we're here. So the universe can see creation through each individual person's own experience. So anyway, this huge Jupiter is conjuncting Pluto as we speak, and we'll be exact within the next 3 or 4 days, next week, starting December 10th, 11th, 12th, Friday the 13th, we are getting ready to have a massive energy shift in a new direction. So what you believe is happening right now is simply illusions. Illusions created to heighten your fear or heighten your fight or heighten your flight response. These are all things that we have to overcome, and we will overcome it by shining a light, shining our best selves that we possibly can, and talking with each other in a real manner, a manner where we can share our experiences without judging one another. So with that, Carlos, did you have any questions?
No.
Carlos
I do
is
have one question.
cooking some awesome food for us.
I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
It's like this SDS card ain't gonna hold up very long.
That's
And it's gonna be going out pretty soon.
we're riffing, baby.
And,
Get it.
We're trying to make astrology and astronomy easier for
Okay.
everybody.
Sure.
So this young man right here, he's giving you all the information that you needed, along with his contact info, name of his channel. Send some questions, because I have quite a few myself. Get ready for the next episode coming up real soon. We just got to cut this short because it's real as smoking. SDS card is running out.
That's right.
Everybody, be safe, be sane.
Thank you, Carlos.
You're welcome.
Good deal.
You want to sign off last? I haven't hit the button yet.
We're good. Astro Surf out.
That's an outtake.